It's come to my attention that some of the people in Good Drills and that subscribe to this YouTube channel do not have access to a weight room year-round. And some of you have no access to a weight room year-round. Upon further investigation, some of you don't even have a 12-pound dumbbell. But what do you have? You got a favorite park that you can access year-round. You have the earth, and you got gravity. My name's Alexander Esposito, and I'm the strength coach for Good Drills. I'm here at my favorite park. Today, I'm going to show you an exercise that's going to get you jumping higher, stronger, to best prepare you for the sport of basketball, using no equipment, but your body weight and gravity. Let's get started. So to begin the exercise, I'm going to show you 5 jumps. The first jump is a pogo hop. You're going to start with your hands on your hips. You're going to set a timer for 5 minutes and keep it handy so you can track just how long you've been doing pogo hopping. So I'm totally cold, just hopped down the court. I'm just gonna take little tiny hops until I get to half court. And then as I feel myself starting to warm up a little bit, I can really focus on spending some more time in the air. And if you notice what my feet are doing, I'm flaring my toes up into the air. And as I start to warm up, I'm gonna make a harder contact into the ground. And now I'm noticing my calves are getting a little tired. My tibialis is getting a little tired. Reach back to my starting point. I'm a little winded. It's not 5 minutes of continuous jumping, okay? You're gonna auto-regulate your rest periods. You just want a nice quality trip to half court and back while doing those pogo hops. Really waiting for yourself to stop panting. Wait for the the blood to get out of your calves and your tibialis. And get ready to begin hopping again. Right when you feel fresh, or at least close to fresh. And that's your first jump of the day. So I noticed my 5 minutes is up. Now I'm gonna move on to my second jump of the exercise today, which is essentially the same exact thing, but it is a single leg pogo hop with my hands on my hips. I'm gonna restart my timer right here, and I'm gonna get going. Starting on my left foot. By now, after 5 minutes of the 2-legged pogo hops, you should be pretty warm. So I want you to start challenging the amount of time that you're in the air, right? I'm on my left foot. I'm trying to stay in the air for an extended period of time. I get to half court, now I'm gonna switch to my right foot. Same exact thing back. Yet again, we're gonna spend 5 minutes doing this, trying to preserve as much quality as possible. If you notice that you have a shin splint, if you've had a past or recurring problems with shin splints, this is probably gonna aggravate them a lot. I would still suggest that you go through this as long as the pain in your shins is not excruciating. If it's mild to moderate, you have pretty much nothing to worry about. If it gets severe, monitor your jumping a little bit. Just a little pro tip from Coach Al. So that's me done with 2 jumps already. It's been about 10 minutes. The third jump and the last jump I'm going to spend 5 minutes on is simply bounding. You can call it bounding, you can call it broad jumping. I can see from the beginning of the court to the middle. I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm gonna see how many jumps is it gonna take me to get from here to there. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, call it 6. So I just cleared from the baseline to my little half court here, 6 jumps. Timer's still going, still trying to preserve quality here. On my next go around, I'm gonna try to get farther than I got on my first set. I wanna clear from the baseline to half court in 5 jumps now. And now I'm competing with myself. So we're raising the intensity of the jumping exercises. Can I make it from here to there in 5 jumps? I don't know. I'm gonna try because I'm obsessed with getting better at jumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, I made it. So 5 jumps from baseline to half court is right around what my limit is. But I'm gonna work with that for 5 minutes. I'm gonna wait for my exhaustion to go down. I want high quality jumps. throughout the 5-minute period of time. If you do that, I guarantee from these last 3 jumps alone, you will get better at jumping with absolutely no equipment. Even if you're in a park right now that's covered with leaves, with no high-tech fancy equipment around. Take my word for it. For the 3rd jump in this exercise, after you're done bounding to half court and competing with yourself, you're gonna walk back to the baseline. You're not gonna try to bound your way back to the baseline. You're just going to walk back, simply begin recuperating. Because like I said before, we want the farthest jumping that you can possibly do to best compete with yourself and your current bounding record. So if you're still here, you have completed 3 different jumps. You spent 5 minutes on each of them. We are getting into the last 2 jumps of this exercise, of which you are going to spend 3 minutes on. They're pretty intense. Most people find them very difficult. So we're gonna spend a little less time on them. We're still trying to get to half court. Once you get to half court, I suggest you walk back and start over again when you feel ready to do so. Same as before, timer's on for 3 minutes. Now I'm getting all the way down to the ground here. I'm trying to get my calf to touch my hamstring, and now from this super low position, I'm going to hop my way to half court. Yet again, I'm trying to keep myself off the ground for a long period of time. If you can't do that, then I really just want you to make it to half court by any means possible. Getting into these super low areas is very troublesome for most basketball players I train, but you gotta bite the bullet. You need to get in these super low positions if you wanna be stronger in these super low positions. This, I firmly believe, is an excellent way to do that. Your knees might hurt you just from watching me hop from the baseline to half court. If you have a history of knee pain, maybe this is something you want to explore at lower intensities. Maybe you want to do this for a minute, but if you don't have searing knee pain while you're jumping from the baseline to half court and you just find it uncomfortable, don't be soft. Throw this into your exercise. It is very, very good for you. So for the last jump of this exercise, again, we're getting into a super low position. We're going to set our timer for 3 minutes yet again. All the way down to the ground here. Now, if you notice, I have 1 foot in front of the other. I'm going to hop and I'm going to switch my feet as I go. So now we have a little bit of a challenge here. Can I get up high enough to move my feet one in front of the other? And we're going to put different levels of stress on each leg as we go. This is the last jump of the day. You're going to spend 3 minutes on it yet again. Get a nice, cool, brisk walk back to the baseline once you've completed your rep. Keep an eye on your timer. If you feel like, if you're in a very low percentage category, you feel like this isn't that challenging, and you're like, oh, I can make it back to the baseline, no problem, then for the last 2 jumps of the day, turn around, go back, same deal, recuperate, just perform the last 2 jumps of the day for 3 minutes, and then conclude your jumping for the day. So you've made it through with 5 jumps of the day. The purpose of this is to get you jumping higher and getting stronger in low positions. Really, really want to stress taking your time. Get your rest in. Don't treat this like conditioning. This is not a conditioning drill. This is just to make you jump higher. For the last segment of this exercise, we're going to throw in some upper body that you can do, because it's pretty handy if you're playing the sport of basketball to have a strong upper body. So I'm going to show you a very, very good way to do that, to top this whole exercise off with nothing but something you can do pull-ups on at your local park and the planet Earth. We're going to go up to the top of the hill. Follow me up there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm just really taking in all my options here. I have 2 pretty large swing sets. It's no problem for me to get my massive hands around the top, but I think we can find something a little bit better for some of our teenage viewers. So I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna complete this anterior rotational power. So as you can see, I found the highest quality pull-up bar in the park. It's incredibly stable. It's gonna get the job done for what I need to do right now. The very last segment of this outdoor exercise with minimal equipment, using nothing but gravity, planet Earth, and something to do a pull-up on. You're gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. We can call this a streamlined way to build muscle on your upper body. It'll take you 10 minutes. I guarantee if you're putting in good effort to this, it will not be easy. So it's very important for you, do a little fact finding about yourself. You need to come up with an accurate number of the max amount of push-ups that you can do, and I want you to subtract that number by 10. Same deal with pull-ups. What is the maximum amount of pull-ups that you can do? And I want you to subtract 3 to 5 reps from it. Because what we're going to do, start a timer, we're going to perform this exercise for 10 minutes. My timer's on. On the 0, I want you to perform that number of pull-ups. Let's say for me, it's the number 5. So 3, 4, and 5. Now, I got 15 seconds until it hits 30. I'm gonna perform my number of push-ups. Let's call it 10 to 15. Right when I hit 30 here, in 3 seconds, I got 10 to 15 push-ups on the sheet. And I'm trying to get to that number before I get to the next 0. So what do I mean by that? Every 0, 5 pull-ups. Every 30, it's 10 to 15 push-ups for me. And it's 10 minutes of continuous, so no excuse. I'm on the 58, the 59, and I owe my 5. I would imagine that many of you won't be able to complete some of these reps as this exercise goes on, but that is a very good thing. Don't get in your head, don't get worried. You're not doing anything wrong. You're training to near failure, and anytime you're training to near failure with your muscle under full range of motion, you're going to get bigger and you're going to get stronger. This is about as simple as it could be for someone who has no gym access and no equipment. We've covered a lot of ground today, a lot of different bases. And if you perform this exercise 3 days a week, I can almost guarantee you're going to see increases in your vertical jump and your upper body mass. So I gave you 5 jumps and an upper body circuit to do. You're working with actually bare bones equipment and nothing in the form of weights or gym access. There's really no excuse. And that's hokey to say, I know there's no excuse, but literally there is no excuse. If you are obsessed with jumping higher and getting better at the sport of basketball, then I guarantee you, you will and can find a way. This is a really good way to spend 30 minutes if you want to get stronger and jump higher. But truth be told, there are many, many other jumps, many other strength exercises, both with equipment and with body weight, that can be found on the Good Drills app. It is the best basketball strength and conditioning and skill program on the face of the planet Earth. You will find many resources. You'll find a Discord full of helpful basketball players. You'll find me, you'll find other coaches that are happy to answer your concerns. Weekly Zoom meetings to address problems of your in-season training or out-of-season training. If you have an injury, if you're looking to substitute one exercise with another, if you need like a form check, it's all there. We've packaged it all together in one space. For the meantime, please give this video a like and subscribe. Tune in for more strength training sessions with me and more skills training sessions with the rest of the other coaches. And I hope you have a very good day.